Takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of the sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Miami Dolphins. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Back to Mixon on second down. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. Dances by him. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off, Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
A Mostert a first down carry. This will wind up only getting him a couple. And it'll bring up 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Darren Waller with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They'll run for the first time with Chris Evans. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check. Fresno. 11 Thomas. Watch the He's 12. Check it, Craig. Tighten up. 43.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone, you get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
From the gun, it's a run by Evans. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
Check three. 43 is the mic. Wild Bill.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to John Ross. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Nice touchdown, baby.
Rondale Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
14, Bengals nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off on the line.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jennings now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They'll run out of the gun with Evans. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they?
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Remember, on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown, and here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick first down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now back to throw. That's swung out to Mostert. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Coming after you. 11. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Mike 2. Mike 2. Hey, get in the way.
They go play action with Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Here we go. Ready? Hey, check 24. Watch.
Here's Burrow. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He'll swing this out to Mostert. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And that is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
They'll throw now on the final play. Right back to Waller. He's got it this time. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Darren Waller with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jennings now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for only a couple.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. He'll look downfield for Waller. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take over here up near the 40. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
11 Thomas.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He completes it to Evans. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run for this with Evans. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll run with Mixon. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A first carry for Samaje Perine. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 16, Burrow. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Evans. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Touchdown, Bengals. It's complete. Chris Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They hand it off to Mostert. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were really helped by their defense.